Hi everyone, my name is Shauna Niekerk and I am an independent consultant with Arbonne International. I really want to just thank you first off for signing on and reviewing this video for me. I look forward to your feedback. So first I'm going to start with the video just a little bit about myself and why I started with Arbonne, and then I'll go into the business presentation. So currently, I work with mental health and addiction services as a clinical therapist with the child and adolescent team. I've done this job for 5 years now, and I absolutely love it. It was my dream job. I spent 7 years in university working towards becoming a therapist, working with adolescents. And I knew that I wanted to do this ever since I was in high school, so achieving that goal for me was really kind of a dream come true. It was really something that I had looked forward to and worked really hard to achieve. And this year, things shifted a little bit for me. We were in the process of looking at purchasing our first home. We found out, or we planned to have baby number 3, which he's due in about 5 weeks. So we were looking at kind of the next level in our life. So trying to put some of those pieces together. And my job has an income cap, and I have almost reached that income cap. And my partner's job is as being a self-employed engineer in the music industry can be very feast or famine. So we're finding that financially things were always very tight. There was always more month than money. And when we were looking at buying our house, they were not going to finance us because of the amount of student loan debt that I currently carry. So this was pretty devastating for me. And right around that time, our car broke down, and then we had definitely more bills coming in, being right around Christmas and things like that. So we thought that the house wasn't going to happen. And I went to my daughter's theater group where I had met some really lovely people, and a friend of mine there, she saw that I was distressed, and she said, you know, how about we meet and I just tell you what I did that made a difference in my life. And at that point in time, my 2.5-year-old was having a big tantrum, and I went out to, she's like, let's, you know, if you want to chat, let's go put your son in my car. He can watch a movie for a little bit. We'll just kind of stand there and watch. And I walked out, and has this gorgeous white Mercedes-Benz, and I'm like, okay, you really need to tell me what you do, especially if you've only been doing it for a short amount of time. So she told me that she was a regional vice president with Arbonne, and that she had only been doing the business for about 3.5 years. And prior to that, she worked long hours as an ER nurse at the Children's Hospital in Halifax, and always was in more month than money, so financially stressed. You know, very similar situation to mine, cars that were breaking down, not enough money to make the ends of all the bills and the obligations. So we met, and she explained the business opportunity to me. And as she was leaving, I jumped in my car to go home that day, kind of wondering whether this was a good fit. It was never something that I really ever considered. I knew of other network marketing companies and a lot of people that were getting into them, whether it be Sensi or Mary Kay or other kind of companies like that. And more people were kind of picking that up. So I was mulling it over. It wasn't something that I was opposed to. I just had never actually considered that, given that I had obtained a really good hospital job that I'd worked towards for 7 years. And as I was leaving to go home that afternoon, I got around the corner from where we went and had coffee, and my car broke down for the second time in a week. I actually had just gotten it back that day, and I was now stranded on the side of the road. So I really kind of in that moment was like, I'm done. Something else has got to give. There has to be something more than this. So I went home and I had a conversation with my husband and talked to him a bit about what my friend had told me. And he definitely had that, this sounds too good to be true. side, and he had lots of questions, and it was great because I sent those questions to my friend, and she was able to answer all of those, and at the end of the conversation, we basically decided, why not? We're not really going to be any worse off than we are right now if we give it a shot, and there's nothing to lose, and there's lots of people that are very successful in this business. So for us, at the time, it just made sense. And prior to that, I'm not sure if it had ever made sense before. So things just kind of fit into place. And I decided to jump in with both feet. So that's a little bit about why I started doing what I did. And now when I look at it, my why has expanded. There's so many reasons why this business is going to be a great fit for me and my family. Everything from helping save for my daughter's education, where, under 10 years away from her starting, and I'm over 15 years of paying off my own current student loan debts, to possibly looking at traveling because we've never been able to do that, to paying dental bills, which are coming down the line currently for our children, being able to put our kids into things and sports, and just having the life that we really want. And at the end of the day too, being able to have more time and time freedom at home with my family, as having 3 kids, and having a large family was always a priority and something that I really wanted to do. And working full-time hours with all of those obligations leaves you very tired and exhausted at the end of the day. So I often feel that my family doesn't quite get the quality or quantity of time that I would like to give them. So there's multiple reasons why this business just needed to fit and needs to work. So this is why I jumped in, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so this presentation might not be for you, and the business itself might not be for you, but I'm just asking if you could just keep an open mind, because there's lots of people around that have lots of struggles and opportunities, and might be looking for an extra way to increase the income in their homes, or add to spending money or extracurricular money for their children. So if this business doesn't fit for you, that's perfectly fine. And I truly appreciate just your feedback on the video, absolutely. And but if you happen to think of someone as you're going through the presentation, and you really think, wow, this might be something that they might be interested in, I really appreciate you keeping that in the forefront. So I'm going to start the business presentation. I'm just going to share the screen with you so that you can see that, and we'll kind of jump right in. Okay. So I'm first going to start and talk a bit about Arbonne itself as a company. So Arbonne is a 36-year-old company as of this past January. We are a health and wellness company with cutting-edge research and development. There's a huge amount of stability and culture that comes with this company, which is really exciting. There's 3 kind of key people in the organization that I just like to draw attention to. Our first is the CEO, Kay Napier. She came from companies like Procter & Gamble, and she's considered one of the top 20 businesswomen in the world. She was responsible for bringing a few Fortune 500 companies to multi-million, billion-dollar statuses. The next is our product developer, Peter Matravers, and he came to Arbonne from companies like Neutrogena and Aveda, and he is currently the leading botanical patent holder in the entire world, and it was a great fit with Arbonne due to our botanically based standards and products. And the third is their head of marketing, Michael Darminio, and he came from companies like CK1 and Donna Karan. And he was really kind of the main person who put those companies kind of on the map. And so he's now moving and working with Arbonne to really kind of in that global expansion process. So within Arbonne itself, we have a very generous compensation plan, which helps the company grow as for the consultants, which I'm going to touch on in a few slides. They have the state-of-the-art distribution and support centers there, and the other huge piece is the global opportunity. So currently, the company started in the United States 36 years ago, and in 2006, so only 10 years ago, did the company actually start its global expansion. It came to Canada in 2006. The following year, it went to Poland, which was the gateway to the European market. This year, they are expanding into Taiwan and New Zealand. And so really the globalization of the company is really only just begun, and it will continue to expand until Arbonne is considered, it's known as a household name all over the world. And really there's so much more world for us to expand into, which is pretty exciting, because there's still so much opportunities for expansion and growth in someone's business. So this is the compensation plan. And for me, it was enticing because at that point in time, I'm not a huge person that wears a lot of products or had a lot of skincare or worried about anti-aging. I was starting to get comments like, you look really tired, and those types of things, which was making me think I should be a little bit more conscious about that. So the products I've been using have been absolutely lovely and have really made a difference in the types of comments and what people are seeing. But really what drew me to this was the business side of things and how I could help support my family in a way that didn't feel like work, and in a way that didn't feel like an added burden to what I already have as a very busy household. So I wasn't worried about the types of shampoos and that I was using in my house, but I was worried about finances and what would happen if my husband didn't work for several months. And those were the types of things that we were constantly having conversations about. So the first level of management, so there's 4 levels of management in the company and 4 different ways that we get paid as independent consultants. The first level is district manager, and the average income is about $300 a month, which is done through hosting events or adding people to your business. The time frame for some of these varies depending on your level of engagement and how well and how fast you work your business. The second is area manager, and this was an attractive level for me because at this point, your business becomes willable. There is enough working parts, there is enough stability in your business that if something happened to me, my business then would continue to contribute money to my family. And this was huge given my husband's self-employed status and the variability of his work. As being the main sole income in the house, I really want the security of making sure that my family is looked after. Not that his business won't grow and boom eventually as well, but there is this piece of security that's added with this, which was really attractive for me. So the average income in that point in time is about $1,600 or $1,700 a month. And it can take about a year or a year and a half to get to that place, depending again on how much and how hard you work your business. And for this can be life-changing money for some. The district manager level, that might just be shoe money. It might be extra grocery money. That might just be a little bit of, go out and have a good time money if that's what it needs. A lot of times we need breaks just to kind of get away from the mundane. So, but at this next level is kind of where things it becomes a bit game-changing. The third level, which was where my upline and my friend was a regional vice president. And here, there's even more incentives. This is where you get your white Mercedes-Benz. And it needs to be a white Mercedes-Benz, white for purity, which is part of the manifesto of Arbonne, which is pure, safe, and beneficial. And Mercedes-Benz are considered the safest vehicles on the road. So their natural affiliation with Mercedes makes sense in the sense that they want their consultants and their business team and leaders in the safest possible vehicles. So again, here is really kind of where people are able to make some major life changing decisions, whether that's leaving a job or working on savings, because the average income can be anywhere between $4,000 and $7,000 or $8,000 a month, depending on your business and how well. Also at this point in time, there is $100,000 life insurance bonus that can come along with that. And the fourth stage, or the fourth management level, is national vice president. And this is where there's really no cap on the amount of money that you make. Average monthly income can be anywhere between 10 and 12,000 and up. The number there, 20,000, is an average number between people who have really extensive businesses. But I mean, there's no ceiling in this business, which makes it pretty huge. So again, there's 4 ways to get paid. So we get commissions based on the products that we sell as well. So whether that's individual sales or party sales, when we build a team of people that help build our business and boost our business, we get overrides on that. We also get cash bonuses at every management level. And each month, if you meet a certain expectation or a certain amount, you get your cash bonus. And there's also the Mercedes Cash Bonus program. So the more you're invested in helping others work and build their business, the more you're rewarded through overrides and bonuses. So what is network marketing? Network marketing is different in traditional retail in that you have the manufacturer, and there's a variety of different steps along the way, including marketing, which most companies spend several hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars marketing and advertising their products and putting them on the market, usually paying celebrities to endorse their products as a way to get them out to the population. What network marketing is network marketing cuts out all the middle people. So we have the manufacturer, and then we have our independent consultants who use the products, are walking advertisements for the products, promote the products, and sell directly to the consumers. This saves the company millions of dollars in advertising, which allows them to pay and have really generous compensation plans, but also then turn that research around, or that money around, and put it into research and development. So our products can always be on the cutting edge of science and safety standards and using the best quality ingredients. So there's all those benefits that come into cutting out all the people in the middle. And really, a network marketing company is simply a distribution system done via word of mouth. And we do it every day. It's not uncommon for me to sit around the lunch table at work and hear people say, I went and saw this movie, you should go see it, or I tried this restaurant, you should check this out. We do it all the time. Every day in our everyday lives, we're recommending, we are offering, we are suggesting that people check out certain things, and people listen because they're excited and interested in what we are interested in. So that's why network marketing works, and that's why it's a smart business plan. So as an independent consultant or someone who is interested in the business, it's not difficult to move through that. So all we do, and all I did, was I stopped buying skincare products in retail stores and supporting the 1% of the population who makes millions and billions of dollars in the health and beauty industry. What they do know is that the health and wellness and cosmetics and beauty industries are multi-billion-dollar industries. And a lot of those are paid from companies like Walmart or Shoppers or any of those pieces, right? Like they can charge you those things, but all the pieces, but the quality of the product isn't the same. So we stopped giving our money to those stores who don't pay you commission. And I started enjoying our benefits of having pure, safe, and beneficial products in my home at a discounted price, because I am a consultant, so I have my business discounts. And then I also have the benefit of writing off that expense again at the end of the year for taxes. So this is pretty huge because in some ways I'm basically being able to write off a portion of my groceries every month, which I wasn't able to do before. When I was buying products in the grocery store, that just became part of a regular expense. And now it becomes a business expense because I use those products in my home, but then I'm also using it to share with other people and to lend and for them to experience. So the third part is just the share. It's telling other people what I do, sharing other people with that information, sharing products with them, but also either getting them to buy in their own online store and promoting their own business and supporting their own family versus supporting someone else's business, or having them support my business locally in the sense that helping my business grow as repeat customers versus buying into Walmart or add into large commercial and chains. So why Arbonne and why now? The main piece with Arbonne that I really enjoyed when I did a lot of the research, because there are several network marketing companies out there, and when I started doing research on Arbonne, I looked at the quality of products, I looked at the variety of different types of products, and the one thing is that there was something for everyone. It was, not only just skincare and anti-aging, but hair care and nutrition. There's, the baby care line. It really had a wide range, so it fits with anybody's lifestyle. Unlike some companies which focus maybe strictly on cosmetics or strictly on, like I think of another company like maybe pots and pans, or it would have lifetime warranties. So again, too, if I went and bought something and had a company with Pampered Chef, for example, having a lifetime warranty, which is fantastic quality product, but I don't have to buy one again for a very long time, if at all. So having consumable products is smart business in the sense that you create a repeat business. There is always people coming back to your business. There is an increased demand in health and wellness, not only with the baby boomers, who want to live longer, enjoy their retirement, look younger, be healthier. So there's this huge movement and demand for health and wellness. And then we have the Generation X and Generation Y, who have seen their parents work really hard most of their life, and there's a huge trend towards wanting to work smarter, not harder, figuring out how they can optimize the best in life and still get still have financial stability. So there's this huge trending movement across generations, which again opens up the market for so many people. The ability to leverage time, which is huge. So that really feeds into the working smarter, not harder, because as you build your business, everyone can work part-time. And if you have a team of 10 people working 10 hours a week, that's your business working 100 hours a week, and each and every person is only putting in those 10 hours. So they frees up time in the long run so that you can have that quality time with your family, so that you can work smarter and spend that kind of time doing the things in your life that you've always wanted to do. The final point is that it's an internet-based business, and really the way that things are going is there's department stores shutting down all over the place, and people are shopping online. People are doing things online. They're turning department stores into warehouses so that they can strictly be shipped. So having an internet-based business, again, is smart business sense these days, in the sense that we are already doing it. We are already established, and you can work your business from anywhere in the world. So as your business develops, and if you're sitting in a beach or at a training conference in the States, or you're somewhere else, you can still work your business and you can still have access to so many people. That's where that global opportunity and really reaching and extending outside really makes sense, because we don't have to be sitting in front of someone face to face in order to have that be a successful growing business. So just quickly about the Arbonne products themselves. We are plant-based formulations, all strictly botanical, blending the best of science and nature. We choose the highest quality ingredients from around the globe. They're hand-picked, and they're very determined to make sure it's the highest quality. They're pH correct and hypoallergenic. These are clinically proven and dermatologist tested as well. So we test on human volunteers, and we've never have and never will test on animals. And there is no animal byproducts. We also follow a Swiss heritage and adhere to European standards and guidelines for cosmetic companies, which is actually a very big difference compared to North American standards. European standards, they have about 1,500 chemicals and products that we are not allowed to have because they're considered too harmful, which this is compared to only 500 in North American FDA standards. Again, that are considered too unsafe. So that makes it like we have so much more that we can offer in the sense of that pure safe and making sure that they're still beneficial products. So some of the things that were formulated without, is gluten. Gluten-free tends to be a bit of a buzzword these days. However, again, following European standards, we have to have a certain quality or no least amount of trace amounts of gluten. We're not formulated with petroleum-based products or petrolatum. In North America, the number one skincare ingredient is mineral oil, which sounds lovely, and when most people read labels, they think it's natural occurring, but actually mineral oil is a byproduct of making gasoline. It is a petroleum-based product that actually sits on the top of your skin, and one prevents any good moisturizers and vitamins to actually absorb into your skin, and it also prevents your skin from detoxifying and moving out any toxins that are in the body as well. So it kind of puts a film on, and this is the number one skincare product in North America. We're not formulated with animal byproducts or products that we've never tested on animals. When I started looking into these things, I looked up rendering plants, and was quite, we never, it's oftentimes we don't think about what happens with our things that we consume or things we put on our body. So there's also a huge movement of people being more conscious about the types of things that we're eating, wanting to have organic, and really being conscious about antibiotics in like any meats or steroids or pesticides that are put on our vegetables. What we're not actually considering is that our skin in of itself is the largest organ, and anything that is put on our skin is absorbed within 26 seconds. So when you have animal byproducts in your skincare products, those animals could have had antibiotics, they could have had any of those things, and it's being absorbed into your skin anyway. So rendering plants, the way that those work is that they gather animal scraps from butchers, grocery stores, vet clinics, so euthanized pets, and any kind of animal byproduct is sent to a rendering plant. It is kind of boiled down, and the fat that rises to the surface is scraped and sold to cosmetics companies as fillers to put in, so lipsticks and your foundations and all those types of things. So again, when we think about how conscious we are about putting certain amounts of food and what we put in our body, it makes sense to be starting to consider what we're actually putting on our body as well. We don't use formaldehyde or preservatives. There's no chemical dyes and fragrances, artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors, or parabens and phthalates. So parabens are a preservative that help things, cosmetic products in particular, last longer on the shelves. They have been linked to mimicking estrogen and have also been linked to breast cancer. And phthalates are chemical fragrance and stabilizers, and they've been linked to a variety of health concerns as well. So again, our products do not have any of those. Any of the smells or any of the flavors are just from the products themselves, the natural ingredients that are used. So again, going back, this is kind of the slide around the wide range of consumable products we touch on. Again, everything from nutrition to cosmetics, bath and body to skincare. So building a business as a consultant kind of always starts as a business of one. And it really just adds by sharing the opportunity with other people. And the more people you build in your business, the more successful you become, but you also then are invested in making sure that they're successful, and seeing that they kind of reach their potential as a business owner as well. So everyone has a vested interest in making sure that people are as successful as possible when owning their own Arbonne business. So what can you do? The first piece is that you can switch and start using Arbonne products that are pure, safe, beneficial, have cutting-edge products for the whole family. You can also either sign up as a preferred client, which has a huge loyalty program and can save anywhere between 20 and 50% if you're interested in the products, but not necessarily the business. Or you can earn commissions, overrides by selling the products, building a team, and teaching others to do the same. And so this slide, which when I was first shown it seemed a little kind of cheesy for me, but when I really thought about it, and it was the way it was framed to me was dreaming big and dreaming about the potential of things. The question that was thrown out to me is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's going to be different in 5 years if you don't do something different? And when I thought about it, everything has kind of been trucking on the same for over 10 years, with my partner's business or with my student loans and now we're just adding more debt with more kids and all those things. So when I really thought about it, I was like, my income is capped. There will be no more pay increments. There will be no more additions in that. So in 5 years, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing today. And that included like just barely making it, or not having quite enough, never taking a vacation, never traveling, never spending some of that quality time, never allowing my kids to see the wonders of the world and all the things that I really dream of. So when I thought about dreaming big and I thought about this offering that opportunity, I was really quite, what if it did work? And that's kind of where it is if I stopped asking myself, what if it didn't work and this isn't going to work for me? And then I thought, there are a huge amount of people in this business that are no different than I am. They have the same qualities as me. They have the same products and the same 24 hours in a day, and they have all of the same things that I have. And if they can make it work, and there's people that are very, very successful, then I can make it work because I'm no different and I can do it. And so I stopped thinking, what if I can't and what if it doesn't? And I said, what if it did? And that was a pretty huge shift, because even if it takes a long time, what if it did work? And that for me was kind of huge. So if the business is something that you are really interested or want to know more about, very quickly, I'll just go through these kind of slides. This is kind of the ABC. So you would join as an independent consultant. We would order your business tools, and then we would launch your business. So what that actually looks like is to sign up as an independent consultant. It's a $95 membership fee. And with that, you get your ID, you get a free website, which is huge, because even if you started a franchise business or had to start your own, even website design can cost several hundreds of dollars, let alone any of the other things that you have to purchase. You get 10 catalogs and 10 samples. And this is really kind of just to get you started and off the ground so you can start talking and using and sharing information with people. Then we would look at ordering your business tools, because again, it doesn't matter what business you had. If you started a Starbucks or a different franchise, you'd be looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars in startup costs between purchasing the franchise and the building and the supplies and training and hiring employees. So you can't have a business without the business tools. It just makes sense. So Arbonne recommends, or it is recommended, it is not required, it is recommended that you consider a startup order and business order. This allows you to have consumable products in your house that you're using on a regular basis. and you arbonize your home. So when people come in, they see that you are living your business. It adds an element of integrity to that you are, you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk, you're living the products, you're that walking advertisement, which really is essential in promoting your business. And then you also have additional products that you lend and to have people try, because in this business, it is about trying before you buy, because it can be an investment for people. So we want people to understand the full effects and kind of really getting the benefits of that. And then we kind of work to launch your business. And this is, we partner together. I work with you to train and teach you how to do what I'm doing, and how we all do. There's coaching websites, and we get your business going as fast as possible and move that into the next levels for you. So the one thing to always remember with this business, which is a huge benefit that I'm finding, is that you're in business for yourself. It is your own business, but you're never in business by yourself. There's a huge culture of positivity and excitement, and signing in and doing personal growth training is really quite huge. And it really just adds this level of excitement to the business, which is really which was a very nice perk that I didn't recognize right at, or even know about prior to starting. And it really adds this level of comfort. And if I'm struggling, I link in and I talk to people and I get advice, and people are so willing to share what they do because they want me to be successful. So that's the presentation, and I really appreciate you taking the time. And I hope, if you have any questions, if you could jot them down, and I'm really looking forward to the follow-up with you. And if the business is something that you're interested in, then we can certainly have more talks about that in a few days. So really, again, thanks so much, and I really look forward to talking with you in a few days. Thank you.